What's up, guys? Are you clicking on this video because either A, your child has recently been diagnosed with level 1 autism, or B, you think your child might have autism and you're doing some research? Well, either way, I have a quick video to just help you out and give you some guidelines from a parent terminology standpoint. All right, let's get into today's video. Oh, what? Curveball, I'm upstairs. Well, my son just came home, so I gotta do the video up here, and I thought I would just do it while he's randomly doing his thing. Okay, so you either click this video for one of the two reasons I said in the intro, right? So mild level 1 autism. It's kind of self-explanatory, right? Like you have your hot sauce, muy caliente, and then you got your mild hot sauce. Not as extreme. I like mild. I got sensitive taste buds. Don't judge me. So that right there explains a lot about autism. But across the board in autism, there's a bunch of symptoms and there's a bunch of characteristics our kids have. But when you discuss level 1, that normally means what? Well, it means some of those symptoms that they have are not as extreme. Also, it means they're probably not going to have as many of those symptoms compared to someone like Jaden. Right? Does that make sense? So that's pretty much Autism 1, mild autism, summed up right then and there. I could stop the video right now, but I'm not going to because I quickly want to discuss a couple things for you, the parent, to understand what you need to do going forward, right? So the senses, the ears, the noises, it hurts, it's painful, it's very uncomfortable for our kids. But when they have level 1, a lot of times you'll see a kid out and about and be like, oh, that's a totally typical kid. He looks fine, he communicates fine, but that's a very real struggle, and that's something you as a parent have to pay attention to. See if they're uncomfortable, if they struggle with loud noises, especially when they're out in public, you might have to get some sort of headphones or mufflers or whatever it might be, and that's totally fine. Again, that's just in some kids, not all. The other part of the senses is touch, very big. Jay loves to touch, as you're seeing in this video. Man, he loves touch. So in the house, if there's things that make them uncomfortable, by all means, get them out of the house and put good things into the house that they like, toys that work, that set off their sensory things in a good way. Sorry, it's kind of hard to concentrate because he's loving on me. All right. Also, besides that, you have repetitive behavior, guys. So if you see your kid doing repetitive behavior and you're getting worried because you're insecure and you're like, well, I don't want my kid to do that. No. Leave them alone. If they are not hurting themselves, my gosh, let it be. From a parent with plenty of experience, don't interrupt that. Let it go, because you can only make it worse for them and yourself with meltdowns, breakdowns, whatever it might be. Repetitive behavior's okay. And then there's also stimming, which is a self-soothing, calming tool. But then there's also little tics. Jay has a bunch of little tics. And we've learned to love the little tics, right? Actually, he has like little trademark moves that we've learned to adore and love. And we have never stopped him from doing that. But early on, you're like, why is he doing that? What's wrong with my kid? Is he gonna stop doing that? Normally, no. They're going to have a couple small characteristics, and that's okay. You love your kid for who they are. My mom loves me for my extremely pale skin. That's amazing. That's unconditional love, that she still loves me. I mean, that's like piece of paper, like. Okay, so on to the next one. And that's the whole personality dynamic. We'll start with like sense of humor. Again, this is not across the board, but there are some people. There are some people who have autism and they see them come across and they're brilliant, they're savants, but their sense of humor, they don't get jokes, they don't understand things, they take things very literal, tunnel vision. That's okay. Be aware of that. If you notice that early on with your kid, well then guess what? Be literal with them, explain things, and don't torture them. And if they don't get jokes, then don't be sarcastic with them, because that's just cruel. Right? Get it? Okay, good. On to the next one is the social aspect, which is a very big part of autism, again, across the board. But with level 1, there's going to be a lot of times where your child will seem like they're fine, they're communicating well, but there will be little things that they are deficient in, or they might be a little quirky. I have one friend locally here who has level 1 autism, and if people don't know that, they walk away like, he's kind of weird, man. Because socially, he doesn't pick up on certain signs or certain things. And then also, he has no filter. So he just splits just anything out and can be rude sometimes. But if you know he has autism, then you're like, oh. And it's kind of cool and fun to be around him because he just keeps it real. So that's stuff for you, the parent, to think about as things go. Does that make sense? Right now, you're not gonna worry about all the things that they're little, but when they get bigger, yes, you'll be worrying about those things, so you need to be aware of them, not worry about them, sorry. And then lastly, let's talk about the gifts. Yes, we all have gifts as humans. Big and small, I get it. But in the autism community, I've learned all around, normally our kids are very gifted in one specific thing. Let's take Jayden, who lifted my shirt up. Jay here. Jay has severe autism, but he also has an intellectual disability, aka he has a very low IQ. Even with all that, his brain is able to pick up music. He can pick up chords and songs on the piano just by listening to Mari play them. Now imagine if Jay didn't have an intellectual disability and Jay had level 1 autism. My gosh, the boy would probably be a little Mozart, right? Because that's already his gift and we can see that. So for you, the parent, just starting on your journey, just like any other parent, you want to support your kid, you want to see what they're passionate in, but keep an eye out on what might be that gift. Because with level 1 autism, normally that gift is through the roof. And I'm not saying, because I don't like when people say like, well, savants. No. The savant thing, yes, it's true. There are savants in autism that have helped the world in so many huge topics, but your kid is going to have some sort of special gift, whether it's math, whether it's being a human encyclopedia and they can memorize anything they read, or, I mean, they can go win Jeopardy for you. That's always nice. Or they're just awesome at music, whether it's playing it or singing it, or you just never know. It's amazing. So your job as a parent is to find it, channel it, support it, and speak life into it. That's pretty much it with all the things I got for level 1 autism. I hope that makes sense, just coming from a dad, being real, and just kind of laying it out there in layman's terms, like I said at the beginning of the video. So if you have any questions or you have comments to help other parents that are learning or are about to go through the season, you want to give advice, please comment below. That'd be awesome. That's what this is all about. If you would love to subscribe. If you think Jade's awesome, like this video because he's pretty cool. Okay, that's it. On to another video some other day. Love you guys. See ya. Talk to you soon. Jay, can you say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say it to the camera.
Bye.
Bye.